Welcome to Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for.
On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the relaunch of the service contracting program to help PUV drivers and operators. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on the safe way of alighting a vehicle from the sidewalk. This week's Pahing Chopers will be about the importance of wearing seatbelts. The public service segment centers on the fairness or not of road checkpoints. Showcase this week shall have the midsize SUV from Nissan, the Terra VL 4x4 Automatic.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are on this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. For a tollway where thousands of vehicles pass daily and emit harmful elements and substances, the NLEX Corporation is quite serious about reducing the carbon footprint of its operations. It swears by using solar panels for this.
Since 2018, NLEX Corporation has been installing solar photovoltaic power systems at its toll plazas, beginning with the May Kawayan southbound toll gate. This is soon followed with similar installations at toll plazas in Balintawak, Bukawi, Mexico, Angeles, San Fernando southbound, and Harbor Link Karohatan, aimed at boosting energy efficiency and to contribute to the reduction of carbon emissions along the expressway network. The tollway company recently reported that its solar panel grids have harvested a total of 171 megawatt-hours of electricity, gaining carbon emission savings of 134,232 kilograms, or equivalent to 4,006 trees planted. It added that the Bukawi barrier generated the highest carbon dioxide emission savings with 50,618 kilograms, or equivalent to 1,511 trees planted. followed by the Balintawak Toll Plaza with 42,980 kg carbon dioxide emission savings or 1,283 trees planted. NLEX said that it will continue to install solar power panels in more NLEX and SCTEX toll plazas to further lessen the company's carbon footprint. According to its president and general manager J. Luigi Bautista, NLEX is seizing the opportunity to do more for motorists and the environment by improving their operational efficiency and promoting sustainability.
It's good that more and more larger corporations like the NLEX and the Metro Pacific Group are looking to lower the carbon footprint of their operations, which is great for everyone in the long run. The bridge connecting Cebu to Cordova is now reaching the final stages of construction, with the whole span already complete.
The Cebu-Cordova Link Expressway or CCLEX project has reached another milestone with the main bridge decks of both Towers 1 and 2 now finally connected after 3 years of construction. The 8.9-kilometer CCLEX is the 30 billion peso project of Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation or MPTC that will connect the town of Cordova on Mactan Island to Cebu City across the Mactan Channel. The bridge segment of the CCLEX is 2.8 kilometers long, consisting of the main bridge structure, which is 653 meters long, the Cebu South Coastal Road on and off ramps, Cebu Viaduct, and the Cordova Viaduct. In Cebu, to witness the event, MPTC President Rodrigo Franco said the CCLEX has finally reached an epic milestone with the connection of the main bridge deck. After this, MPTC is looking forward to another milestone, finally opening the CCLEX to the public for commercial operations in the first quarter of 2022, according to Alan Alfon, Cebu-Cordova Link Expressway Corporation President and General Manager. Alfon also said that they can't wait to see Cebuanos enjoy the ultimate expressway experience afforded by using the CCLEX and its bridge. The expressway is expected to reduce traffic and make traveling more convenient while also spurring increased trade activities and opening greater economic opportunities for Cebu and the rest of the Visayas region.
The CCLEX project will not only be a boon to motorists and traders, but will also be a major attraction of Cebu by itself. The LTO district office in Virac, Catanduanes is in dire need of an upgrade. This starts with groundbreaking ceremonies for the new building at a more accessible site.
The LTO is moving to make its district office in Virac, Catanduanes able to better serve the people in the municipality and the capital of the province and in the region. Groundbreaking rites were held recently for the new district office with DOTR Secretary Arthur Tugade in attendance. In a message, Secretary Tugade underscored the importance and value of regional infrastructure development and how a new district office is a push for progress and development in the province. The new site for the new LTO Virac district office is bigger and more accessible to the capital at 5,000 square meters compared to the 1,000 square meters of the old. The need for a new office also came after 2 successive typhoons heavily damaged by the old office. The LTO said the new Virac district office will have a designated waiting area for the agency's clients, a working area for employees, sufficient rooms for the record station, the examination, and a kitchen. There will also be a room to hold the increasing number of impounded vehicles.
The LTO has been modernizing operations, which include digitalizing records and embracing online processes. It is hoped that the new Virac district office will be equipped with the necessary facilities for this. The train sets for the new Tutuban to Malolos commuter rail service are expected to arrive by December and are now being tested.
The first train set ordered under the rolling stock contract of P&R Clark Phase 1 project is now undergoing a series of factory acceptance tests. The project aims to establish a train service from Tutuban in Manila to Malolos in Bulacan. The train set manufactured by the Japan Transport Company and Sumitomo Corporation joint venture is being tested to ensure it meets its intended purpose as well as complies with various international standards. The tests being undertaken at the Japan Transport Engineering Company's test tracks and facilities in Yokohama, Japan are also meant to ensure the train set's equipment and systems are correctly and fully functioning before it is shipped to the Philippines. The train set is scheduled to be shipped to Manila this month of October and is expected to arrive at the Malanday Depot in the first week of December this year. When completed, the P&R Clark Phase 1 project aims to serve around 300,000 passengers daily and cut travel time between Tutuban and Malolos to just 35 minutes.
It seems like there's no stopping progress on the rail projects in the country. There is hope yet for better mass transport in our future. Those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Some bus and jeepney operators managed to continue operating under lockdowns and severe capacity restrictions through the service contracting program. Motor Inform discusses how this helped PUV drivers and operators under severe community quarantine restrictions.
Bus and jeepney drivers were among those hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. At first, all public transport was suspended, and when allowed to resume, severe capacity restrictions as well as health protocols were imposed. To help jeepney and bus drivers continue to provide services to APORs, or authorized persons outside residents and essential workers, the DOTR and line agency, the LTFRB, came up with the Service Contracting Program, or SCP. The SCP provides operators and drivers an opportunity to earn based on the number of trips they run per week while still charging fare. This way, PUV operations are made sustainable whether they have passengers or not. Transportation Secretary Arthur Togade crisscrossed the country to encourage more participation in the SCP, which had an allocation of 5.56 billion pesos under Republic Act 11494 or the Bayanihan to Recover as One Act. The SCP was later used to support IATF and DOTR initiatives to provide free transport to health workers in Metro Manila during community quarantine restrictions. These initiatives, the SCP and the free transport for health and other essential workers, were later extended to other regions and expanded to cover all APORs. The SCP was launched in November of 2020 and was to end in June of 2021. When it ended, only 1.49 billion pesos had been dispensed, and the rest of the funds were supposed to be returned to the Department of Budget Management. However, Secretary Togade and the IATF Committee on Transportation Chairman Edgar Sarmiento convinced the President to allocate 3.38 billion pesos in special funds for participants of Phase 1 of the SCP. This will pay for the 4,000 peso initial payout to participants, the weekly payouts, and the 25,000 peso and 20,000 peso one-time onboarding incentive to operators and drivers participating in Phase 1 of the SCP. These are distributed to operators and drivers through direct deposits to their land bank accounts or their e-wallets such as GCash. By this time, as promised by the LTFRB, the entire 3.38 billion pesos would have already been distributed to SCP Phase 1 participants. Meanwhile, it was decided to relaunch the SCP with new 3 billion peso funding for Phase 2 of the program provided under the 2021 General Appropriations Act. Again, the rationale for the SCP is to protect the livelihoods of transportation workers affected by the COVID-19 restriction, while helping with the free ride for health workers in APORs in Metro Manila and other regions. During the relaunch, Secretary Arthur Togade said the SCP has been good for everyone, the community, the economy, and for trade to grow even under pandemic conditions.
It was inevitable, with COVID-19 still being around, that the government would continue providing incentives to drivers and operators. In turn, they can continue to provide transport services to the public. That's our Motor Inform this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
us here on Motoring Today. We now have this week's valuable motoring tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines.
If you are alighting from a vehicle na nasa sidewalk, mas safe kung sa sidewalk side ka mismo bababa. Do not get off from a vehicle on the traffic side. Maaari kang masagasaan ng paparating na sasakyan. Katulad ng nasa animation, kung marami kayong bababa, wait for your turn at huwag magmadali.
More motoring tips for you here on Motoring Today. Proper driver's demeanor while behind the wheel from Mitsubishi Motors Philippines.
Payong super lang kaibigan, ako si Alejandro Patusa, isang kapwa nyo super. Huwag kalimutang magsuot ng seatbelt sa tuwing kayo ay papasada.
Gawing prioridad ang kaligtasan habang namamasada sa pamamagitan ng pagsusuot ng seatbelt. Siguraduhin maayos at gumagana ang iyong seatbelt bago mamasada. Huwag mo rin kalimutang paalalahanan ang pasahero na nakaupo sa harap na magsuot ng seatbelt.
Tandaan ang paggamit ng seatbelt ay isang epektibong pamamaraan upang manatiling ligtas sa oras na anumang aksidente. Ito po si Alejandro Patusa, payong super lang kaibigan mula sa isang kapwa nyo super.
Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsports is next. We start with the latest news and developments.
15-year-old karting champion Joaquin Garrido topped the 2021 Phoenix Pulse Young Drivers program that aims to discover young talents to become part of the Phoenix Pulse racing team. Garrido emerged as the best prospect out of 9 aspirants to join the Phoenix team following on-track driving tests and evaluations of their aptitudes, personality, and character. Also chosen to join the Phoenix Pulse racing team was Saudi World Series 4-hour endurance overall champion Ira Medrano. In a press statement, Phoenix Pulse and Tuason Racing said the 15-year-old Garrido stood out as he showed strong driving skills, confidence, and profound media presence that fit him to be part of the Phoenix Pulse racing team. It added that Medrano placed second in the evaluation after displaying passion and fighting spirit, as well as driving skills to show girls deserve to be on track too. Daryl Brady of the Sim Racing PH Daryl Brady GP team emerged as the Pro Class champion in Round 2 Race 4 of the 2021 Formula V1 Virtual Cup. Brady beat Inigo Anton of Avengers Racing, who ended up in second place. Taking third runner-up honors was Russell Reyes of Stregowo VRS. Meanwhile, Luis Moreno of the Legion of Racers had the distinction of setting the fastest lap during the race. Roy Numereparip was AM-Class champion in Race 4 of the Formula V1 Virtual Cup. Coming in second was Vito Marquez of the Phoenix Pulse Racing team, with Errolson Howe of Termi Tuning Factory ending the race in third place. Joshua Nabos recorded the fastest lap in the AM-Class race.
And that's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Live extra
with the new Mitsubishi Xpander Cross.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Major players in the local oil industry express concern over the rise of mini gas stations, basically one-pump fuel retail station beginning to proliferate in coastal areas and out-of-the-way barangays in the provinces. This concern was aired during the recent forum organized by the Society of Philippine Motoring Journalists, or SPMJ, to discuss the topic of mini gas stations using fuel vending machines. The SPMJ invited Oil Industry Management Bureau Assistant Director Rodela Romero and Retail Marketing Monitoring and Special Concerns Division Chief Lorelai Capistrano of the Department of Energy, or DOE, to discuss how mini gas stations came about and how these are being regulated. The forum also invited Rafi Kapinpin, Executive Director of the Philippine Institute of Petroleum, or PIP, to discuss the group's concern about the rise of such stations. The PIP is a non-profit organization established in 1996 to act as a voice of its members, Shell, Chevron, Isla LPG, Petron, PTT, and Total, following the implementation of the Oil Industry Deregulation Law, or Republic Act 8479. During the forum, the DOE representative said the agency decided to allow the operation of mini gas stations or small fuel retail outlets as a way to address the proliferation of bote-bote stalls, which are not only illegal but also unsafe. The DOE issued guidelines to regulate what it calls Technology Solution Retail Outlets, or TSROs. These guidelines are laid out under Rule 4 of DOE Department Circular 2017-11, or the Revised Retail Rules. The rules state that the TSROs can only be established in areas where bote-bote stalls for selling fuel in soda pop bottles as certified by LGUs, that they are not within a kilometer radius of other fuel retail stations, and they are not located within or beside other commercial establishments or structures. The guidelines also prescribe various rules of how the TSROs are set up and on storage and delivery of fuels. The DOE said that there are now over 200 TSROs in operation, mostly in coastal areas of Oriental Mindoro, Siargao, and in the Panay region. At the SPMJ forum, the PIP expressed its support to counter the bote-bote selling through TSROs, which it noted provided business opportunities to small and medium-sized entrepreneurs. But it called for stricter monitoring and supervision of TSROs to ensure compliance with DOE retailing rules, as well as those of concerned government agencies like the Bureau of Fire Protection and the Bureau of Internal Revenue. PIP specifically asked the DOE to reconsider guidelines concerning above-ground storage for fuel of 2,000 liters, the use of reconditioned drums for storage. Nissan Philippines expects to make a big splash in the local passenger sedan segment with the all-new Almera that offers many first-in-class features. The all-new Almera now sports a 1.0L turbo engine, Nissan Intelligent Mobility features, plus new and bolder design elements. Atsushi Najima, President and Managing Director of Nissan in the Philippines, believes that the all-new Almera is a smart and stylish sedan that first-time owners, growing families, and young professionals can trust. He adds that the Almera reflects Nissan's transformation plan in the Philippines, offering a unique and exciting challenger in the competitive passenger car segment. The all-new Almera features Nissan's emotional design concept manifested by the V-Motion grille, boomerang-shaped LED headlamps and tail lamps, LED signature daytime running lamp, kick-up C-pillars, and a floating roof. It also now comes with a new 7-inch TFT meter cluster with integrated drive assist display, infotainment screen, black leather interiors with contrast stitching, as well as a new D-shaped steering wheel with hands-free meter and voice recognition controls. Aside from the segment-first turbo engine generating 100 PS and class-leading 152 Nm of torque and fuel efficiency rating of 23.3 km per hour, the new Almera is offered with a first-in-class vehicle warranty of 5 years or 150,000 km for the VE and VL variants. It is also available in 6 colors: Cayenne Red, Gun Metallic, Galaxy Black, Premium Corona Orange, Brilliant Silver, and Pearl White. Prices start at 728,000 pesos for the 1.0 EL Turbo Manual, up to 1,098,000 pesos for the top-of-the-line 1.0 VL and Sport CVT. Even while the MG ZS climbing to the top of the local 5-seater SUV B segment, many were asking if and when MG Philippines will bring its turbocharged version. MG Philippines has finally answered that if is yes, then when is now. The MG ZS T is here and available locally. The T is for turbocharged, it's also for trophy, for that is what the turbocharged MG ZS will be for its owners, a trophy SUV. Attorney Albert Arcilia, MG Philippines President and CEO, says MG ZST buyers are getting the popular MG with upgrades of all its best features, headlined by a responsive turbocharged engine. Turbocharged, the 3-cylinder 1.3-liter engine now generates 160 horsepower and 230 Nm of torque, and is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission with manual sports mode. The ZST arrives with the new Obsidian Matrix grille, full LED projector headlights, 2-tone Tomahawk wheels wrapped in wide, low-profile tires, red brake calipers, gloss black exterior door panel accents, widened front air dam. MG also says the ZST comes with premium interior upgrades that include the goggles virtual instrument cluster, a 10.1-inch non-reflective touchscreen HD infotainment system with 6 dynamic speakers, and a host of passive and active safety and driver assist tech mostly found in more premium segments. The MG ZST is offered with a 5-year, 100,000 km vehicle warranty and 1-year free periodic maintenance service.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Nissan has come up with major upgrades to the Terra, its entry to the highly competitive 7-seater mid-size SUV segment. Showcase takes a look at the upgrades.
The Terra has been making inroads in the 7-seater mid-size SUV segment, dominated by the likes of the Fortuner and the Montero since it was introduced locally back in 2018. This year, Nissan introduced some upgrades to its 7-seater Battler that now occupies space on the road that's 4,900mm long, 1,865mm wide, and 1,865mm at its tallest point. The wheelbase is a good 2,850mm long, with a minimum ground clearance placed at 225mm. The Terra arrived with a stronger looking fascia dominated by a large V-Motion chrome grille framed by a new bumper design. It features quad LED projector headlamps, C-shaped daytime running lights, and LED front fog lamps. The rear also got upgrades, tweaked tail lamps and rear bumper, wide LED signatures, distinctive chrome center finisher, rear spoiler, and shark fin antenna. The body-colored side view mirror comes with integrated turn signals as well as auto-fold and power adjust functions. The new 18-inch two-tone alloy wheels make the Terra that much more appealing. The chrome door handles also feature the intelligent key switch. The new Terra VL 4x4 automatic can be distinguished from the other new variants by its silver roof rails and side step. Other exterior features include mudguards, 2-speed front windshield wipers with rain sensing function, and single-speed intermittent rear wipers. Much more interesting are upgrades to the cabin, which starts with the two-tone interiors, black leather for seats and burgundy red leather for the trim and center console padding. The zero-gravity type front seats feature 10-way power adjust with lumbar support for the driver, and 4-way manual adjust for front seat passenger. The second row seats for 3 slides and reclines. The retractable armrest makes for a more comfortable ride if only 2 sit in the second row. It also splits, folds, and tumbles 60/40, and comes with a one-touch remote switch to make it easier to get into the third row. The third row has seats for 2 that can be reclined. It also splits, folds, and tumbles 50/50 to provide a flat surface to take in more cargo in the back. A smaller D-shaped steering wheel tilts but does not telescope. Wrapped in leather, it comes with controls for the audio, hands-free phone, drive assist display plus cruise control for the VL 4x4 automatic variant. Also wrapped in leather is the gear shift lever. The instrument meter cluster features a high-contrast 7-inch advanced drive assist display. The Terra VL variant gets an electronic parking brake switch, while the VE and EL variants have the traditional urethane gear shift lever. The overhead console comes with map lights and sunglass holder. For those who love gadgets, there are 12-volt sockets in the front center panel, center console, and luggage area. The VL variants also have a wireless charger, types A and C USB ports, and bottle and beverage holders all over. The new Terra comes with an intelligent key system, push-button engine start-stop, and dual-zone automatic climate control with rear cooler. The infotainment system in the Terra also got an upgrade with the Nissan 9-inch advanced touchscreen display audio, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth or hands-free calling and audio streaming, as well as USB Type A and C tuner and iPod. It also comes with navigation as well as 8 Bose premium speakers. There's also an 11-inch flip-down monitor with HDMI input for the Terra VL. The new Terra still has the 2,488cc inline-4 diesel engine, the DOHC and variable turbocharger and intercooler that generates 190 PS at 3,600 revolutions per minute, and 450 Nm of torque at 2,000 RPM mated to a 7-speed automatic transmission with manual mode. The VL 4x4 automatic features a part-time 4-wheel drive system that can be shifted from 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low, and comes with electronic locking rear differential. The Terra suspension system uses independent double wishbones with coil spring and stabilizer in front, and multi-link system with coil spring and stabilizer bar in the rear. The brake system uses discs on all 4 wheels, ventilated in front and solid in the rear. The powertrain, drivetrain, suspension, and high ground clearance add up to give the Terra capability for real off-road adventures, and all the while doing this in some comfort and safety. The new Terra now comes with an even fuller complement of Nissan intelligent mobility, enhancing safety and giving drivers and families the confidence to go on fun adventures. The new Nissan Terra now comes with intelligent forward collision warning, intelligent emergency braking, rear cross traffic alert, while carrying over the lane departure warning, blind spot warning, and intelligent rear view mirror features from the previous model. It is also equipped with hill start assist and hill descent control. On the VL 4x4 variant, the intelligent around view monitor with moving object detection now comes with an off-road monitor. The new Terra also comes with the intelligent driver alertness that monitors drivers and alerts them when they need to take a break from driving. Also added for safety are multiple airbags, 3-point ELR seatbelts, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution, brake assist, vehicle dynamic control with 4-wheel active brake limited slip, parking sensors, high mount stop lamp, anti-theft system with alarm and engine immobilizer.
The new Nissan Terra appears well-equipped to fight toe-to-toe, spec-to-spec with the competition in the 7-seater mid-size SUV segment. That's our featured vehicle on this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantees.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantees Auto Insurance Program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantees Auto Insurance Program, 100% worry-free driving.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where Everywhere we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
All-new Isuzu Mu X. Take the lead.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
We now have our segment that dwells on the wide array of motoring problems, not only in the metro, but all over the country as well. This is where we present problems referred to us or we ourselves see and hope to fully find solutions for. Our public service segment is next.
Road checkpoints aren't new to us. Even before the pandemic hit, there are certain places where law enforcement authorities are set up to do this. But during these times, are there really more favor given to four-wheeled vehicles and less to those on two wheels? There have been posts in social media claiming that authorities only check on motorcycle riders during checkpoints and just let other vehicles to pass. Most of these happened during the implementation of ECQ in some parts of the country when stricter restrictions were in place. Now that we are in the final Burr months of the year, we expect more guidelines on the movement of people, especially here in the metro, going to provinces. It is only natural that road checkpoints cause moderate to heavy traffic and inconvenience to some. How should we set our expectations on this then?
That's our public service segment this week. And should you yourself encounter problems that need immediate attention, feel free to contact us. Please see the details being flashed on your screen. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, please don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 35th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa.
Happy
motoring!